Hey everyone, it's Marty Harger, and like most of you, I know who practice yoga regularly, we've been all going through so much as a nation, as a world in this last week particularly, but really for decades, and this is all coming to a head together. So today, I wanted to talk with you about some suggestions of the doTERRA essential oils that you can incorporate into your yoga practice or your yoga classes that you're perhaps teaching online or maybe outside publicly. And I also want to talk with you about how you could use them individually or how you can combine them into a beautiful blend that I'm calling the perspective blend. Because I think perspective is a piece of what we need to be getting right now about what's happening in the world and what our role is in the world, not just now, but moving forward, because it may be changing and your thoughts may be changing and your experiences may be changing. And so what I want to talk about is the concept that what we each do daily in our practice, in our lives, in the use of the oils to deepen and enhance that practice, which is what we really are focused on in the Essential Yoga program. It's to bring these worlds together and to help us come more into the present moment and really go deeper within ourselves to understand what's going on inside of us and increase our self-awareness and our self-understanding so we can be more compassionate to others. So today I want to talk about some oils that I was really drawn to talk about this concept of perspective. And the reason that I've decided to use them is I think you'll see the message behind each of these oils in the Emotions in Essential Oils book that I love to use. And thank you so much for that fabulous tool for all of us. This is a combination of essential oils I'm going to be talking about today that I feel like really together give us perspective of what's happening right now. And I like to use a pendulum to test the reaction that my body has to the individual oils. And whether you do muscle testing or you do any kind of individual testing, some of you use electronic tools, but I would encourage you to start looking at your own intuition and what are you drawn to, and then perhaps use something like a pendulum to test how many drops are appropriate. So that's what I did today. I really tuned into my own intuition, as I love to do when I'm blending. And I came up with 5 essential oils that I want to share that I think are very, very purposeful for right now. And I'm going to call out the reasons why. First of all, the first oil I want to talk about is Vetiver essential oil. Vetiver comes from Haiti. It's one of our co-impact sourcing oils, and it's known as a deep smoky aroma. It's a beautiful oil for calming and relaxing. It is an oil that is very much a good tool for the emotions and for the nervous system to support a healthy nervous system that may be on alert right now. It's also a cooling or moist oil. When you look at things like traditional Chinese medicine and looking at Ayurvedic practice, Vetiver is suggested for cooling in a moist way instead of a dry way. Now, with all the fiery talk and the fiery activity that's going on around the world, Vetiver, as the foundation of this blend, is going to be really helpful. So you're going to use 2 drops of Vetiver in the perspective blend that I'm putting together today. The next oil, let me tell you one other thing about Vetiver as we look at it. Vetiver is one that helps us if we feel like life has scattered our energy. And so this is a great choice to use to help us when we are trying to connect with what we really think and feel or get perspective around what's going on right now. It's definitely something that helps us travel deep within ourselves as the oil of centering and descent, and to identify what's going on in our mind and body. So that's Vetiver essential oil. You're going to use 2 drops of that in this blend. The second essential oil that I wanted to use in the blend is Rosemary essential oil. Now, rosemary, some of you think of for focus and concentration, and you're going to use 1 drop of rosemary. It's a bright, crisp scent. It's fantastic for supporting a healthy respiratory system. It's also a great choice for the immune system and nervous system. Oh, I love the smell of it, and it tastes great in food. Rosemary essential oil is the oil of knowledge and transition. And the reason that I wanted to put a drop of this in is rosemary is known as something that can deepen our understanding of the situation we're in. deepen our understanding, deepen our knowledge, and help us accept transitions that we're going through. So this is something that helps us ask more soul-searching questions and allows us to support ourselves in receiving new information and new experiences. It really supports us to feel confident and assured during times of great change in our understanding, great change in our perspective. So I encourage you to look at the rosemary essential oil from doTERRA as the second oil that you would incorporate. And if you were doing this in the Essential Yoga Program workshop, you would be starting with Vetiver for a deep grounding for the students in your group. You would move on to respiratory, opening with rosemary. But this is, again, an oil that deepens our understanding. It's an oil that is there for knowledge and transition, helping us understand what is going on in our world. The third essential oil that you're going to use 2 drops of is Siberian Fir. And this one was actually the first one that came to me when I was thinking about what is a message I wanted to communicate today. And Siberian Fir is, again, another wonderful respiratory oil. So great for breathing. And why are we breathing in our yoga practice? Because obviously we're calming the nervous system with deep breath. It's allowing us to go within, allowing us to really calm our overactive minds, which could be activated quite significantly right now, and allow us to really listen to our heart. And Siberian Fir, interestingly, is the oil of aging and perspective. And this one came to me because I have aging and perspective in my life. But anyway, this was an interesting oil because it does provide comfort and support during periods of grief, regret, and longing. And it aids in the necessary healing and reconciliation period of a life full of mixed experiences. Certainly, we are all going through all kinds of mixed experiences right now. And for those of us that have been around for a while, we know that there is a perspective on this whole story that's weaving through our world that we need to take a serious look at, and have needed to take a serious look at, of how we treat one another in this world. This ideally is the oil that helps us focus on finding meaning and purpose with each new life chapter. Siberian Fir. Finding the meaning and the purpose of this. What is the purpose of this right now? How can we leave a legacy that is better than the one we've come into? And that's what Siberian Fir is asking us to do. So we're going to use 2 drops of Siberian Fir. The fourth essential oil in this blend is Roman Chamomile, or Chamomile, if you have that accent. And Roman Chamomile is a beautiful calming oil. Like all of these oils, they're all designed to help basically calm our being. So we have the Vetiver, the rosemary, the Siberian Fir, and now the Roman Chamomile, or chamomile. It's the oil of spiritual purpose. And this really helps us activate our unique ability to contribute with our purpose. So some of us may be feeling like our purpose has been a little bit lost lately. Maybe you're in the midst of redefining your purpose and really getting a sense of, why am I here? What is the purpose of my being on this earth? And this is something that restores our confidence in being able to understand that, to be able to get more clear on the work that we're here to do, our soul work. So if I was looking at using this in a yoga practice, Roman Chamomile, I would probably put it over my heart. What is my purpose in this journey? What is my purpose in this life? And how can I help make a difference in getting rid of things that are no longer meaningful and really step into the things that are going to make a difference in this world? So that's what the Roman Chamomile is, a part of this blend, a part of your practice, the fourth oil. And then the fifth oil is Green Mandarin, one of my favorites. Green Mandarin is an essential oil that is very uplifting. It is the oil that gives us the potential for a brighter future. It provides hope. And Green Chamomile is known as the oil of pure potential. It's bright, cheerful, a great way to end a practice, a nice ending top note on the blend. And the Green Mandarin reminds us that wonder and hope are food for the soul. and it imparts exuberance for fully living life. And gosh, don't we need to do that now? We need to really recognize how no matter where we are, no matter what environment we're in, we need to live this day as if it's our last, and make sure that we're doing things that matter and that we're connecting with the people that make a difference for us in this lifetime. So Green Mandarin encourages us to experience joy in the journey and never stop becoming. So those 5 essential oils, and just to go back through the number of drops, oops, let me start over here. With Vetiver as our base, we're going to use 2 drops of Vetiver. We're going to use 1 drop of Rosemary. We're going to use 2 drops of Siberian Fir, and then 3 drops each of Roman Chamomile and Green Mandarin. There we go. And those 5 together are my perspective blend or perspective class or workshop. I put them together, and I love to do my blending in little mini vials, and I would encourage you to do the same to see if you like the blend. These were the drop counts that worked for me, and I'll put them in the comments here. But you know, these are my suggestions. You need to adjust to what works for you. So if you like a lighter aroma, this is an oil blend that's going to be heavier. It's going to bring you into a deeper place, which was the intention all along. In order to get perspective, we have to understand what's going on inside of us. We have to understand the situation that we're in, how it has come through the generations. We have to understand how we're going to navigate this with our purpose and really tap into our soul and the future that we're going to create, the hope that we can contribute and make a difference in this world. So I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this information and that you can put it to use in creating perspective in your life right now. Wishing you all peace, safety, and good health. Namaste.